Hello Year 10. This lesson is on congruence and similarity from pages 52 and 53. First of all, congruent shapes are essentially shapes that are identical. In particular, thinking about triangles, there are 4 conditions that you need to put in your notebooks that determine whether 2 given triangles are congruent. So they are SSS, so that means 3 sides the same. So if I explain that one, so all that says is if I had, say, 3 lengths of a triangle, so let's say it was this, this and this, there is only one way that they will come together to make a triangle. So for example, if that was fixed and then and I've got to have these 2 as length sides, then there's only one way that I can put them together to make the triangle. Second one, SAS. So this says if you have a side length, an angle, and then another side length, so you've got an angle included in between 2 side lengths. When that happens, then the 2 triangles have to be congruent. And we've got ASA, that means you've got an angle, side angle, so you've got 2 angles identical to either side of the side length. And when that happens, again we have 2 triangles congruent. Finally, RHS, so it says given a right angle triangle, and if we know the longest side hypotenuse and we know another side length, then they have to be congruent. Okay, so let's go through some examples. So here we've got 2 triangles, we've got a side length of 10 on both of them. We've got an angle of 25 on both of them. And then we've got another side length of 14 in both of them. So we've got side, angle, side. So they are identical. Okay, in this one we've got side lengths of 6.5 on both of them, 10 and 14, so this satisfies SSS, so they're congruent. And in this one we've got 2 angles given. Let's work out the third one. Remember, angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, so that has to be 75 degrees. Likewise, that will be 75 degrees, and that's going to make 180. So we can now say that we've got an angle of 75, 25 on either side of the length S, and that's true for both triangles, therefore ASA applies, so they're congruent. So going through the example that's in your books, which says this is a triangle, and we asked this triangle A, we asked to decide whether these 3 are congruent to it. So it helps to find the missing angle in these questions. So 120, 40, that's 160, 20 more, that's 180 degrees. 120, 20, so that has to be 40. 120, 40, that has to be 20. So they all have the same angles, but that's not enough to satisfy congruency. So we've got here, we've got a side length of 8, and we've got a side length of 8 in this triangle. Okay, so in triangle A, the longest side length is 8 because that's the opposite to the longest, so largest angle. So therefore, they can't be congruent. So we say no. This one. So here's the 8 centimeters. and either side of 8 centimeters we've got 20 degrees and 120 degrees. whereas here we've got 20 degrees and 40 degrees, so it can't be congruent. Finally, here's the 8 centimeters. Either side of 8 centimeters we've got 40 and 20. Likewise here, 40 and 20. So we can say then that this is congruent, and it's because it satisfies the condition angle, side, angle. Okay, so you've got two angles and side in the middle. Okay, just be aware it's mistaken in the book. Okay, looking at now these two triangles here, we've got the idea that two triangles are similar if one is an enlargement of the other. Okay, so and we can find the scale factor in similar triangles by looking at the corresponding lengths, and we can use the scale factor to start find missing lengths. So in this triangle here, so if I had to pick a point here, so let's say here, so this length corresponds to this length here. Okay, so using those two corresponding lengths, I can find the scale factor. So the scale factor there will be 6 divided by 4, which is 1.5. Okay, so from this triangle onto this triangle, all of the lengths have been multiplied by 1.5. Okay, so from this triangle to this triangle, all the lengths have been divided by 1.5. Okay, so here's an example. S and T are trapezium, they're similar, so we're told they're similar. So, and we asked to find X and Y. Okay, so to find X and Y, we need to find the scale factor of this enlargement. Okay, so from here to here, if you look at the corresponding lengths, I'm going to compare that with that one. So they're corresponding. Now I can compare those because they're both given to me. So I can find the scale factor, so going that way, by doing 4.5 divided by 1.5, which is 3. So all of the lengths have been multiplied by 3 to get to here. So to find X then, we're going to do, so X corresponds to this length here. So we do 2.2 multiplied by 3. So that's 6.6 centimeters. So to get Y, well, Y corresponds to this length here. So we're going to do Y equals 9.6 divided by 3. We're reducing it by 3 to go back that way, which is 3.2 centimeters. Okay, right, that should be enough for you to get on with the exercises. Exercise 3.3s. A bit of hint for 1b. Pythagoras, maybe you use Pythagoras to help you for that one. Okay, good luck.